Hi, I'm Benebell, the author of Holistic Tarot and the Tao of Craft. I'm participating in the 2017 YouTube Pagan Challenge hosted by Annika, and the theme for this challenge will be the personal grimoire. I've subdivided the questions into 3 video categories. This is part 1 of 3 video installments, the Grimoire Show and Tell. I've kept a personal metaphysical journal for much of my life, and every time I acquire a new one, I look for the same requisites. 1, a solid black cover, no designs. 2, blank, acid-free, and archival safe paper. And 3, paper stock thick enough to take loads of ink. And that's pretty much it. I tend to go with professional artist sketchbooks to meet those parameters. This part 1 of the 3 video installments will be a straight flip-through of my current working book of methods, or grimoire, and as I've titled the video, just a show and tell. The one you're looking at was started about 2 years ago, and of course all I'm showing you is what I have up to the date of recording, which you'll find in the video caption box. I did quite a bit of showing and telling of this grimoire in a previous video predating this YouTube challenge, which I'll link in the description box. So if you've seen that video, then you've seen most of this video already, so sorry about the repeat. I'm filming this footage by holding the camera phone with one hand and trying to turn these pages with the other, so please tolerate the wobbly and the off-centeredness. Okay, so about my grimoire. For me, this book is really personal and proprietary in a sense. It's like a book of tried and true family recipes. It's your grandma's famous cookies, which is just oh so much better than any other cookie you've ever had, right? Probably because it's grandma, not because of the cookie. But grandma isn't about to tell you about her secret ingredient until her deathbed, and then she tells you it's just an extra dollop of pork fat. That's really the best way to describe the content of this book. It's just a bunch of very personal and private recipes. So it's specific, like how do I construct the nexus in a summoning? What are the specific sigils or call signs I work with? Or how do I personally craft my ritual tools? I document facets of craft and my work with energies beyond the veil that after much trial and error, I've found work quite consistently for me. I document rosters of celestial and other realm contacts, both inner and outer alchemy. I document traditions of celebration for the major lunar solar holidays. It's also, in a sense, a book of success stories. Even though I often call this book a journal, I don't treat it as a journal. It's not even really a reference manual since I don't keep correspondences in here. It's a tool, and it holds my knowledge, experiences, and memories of work with energies beyond the veil. The way I approach writing and sketching each page is with the same rigor I would approach spellcrafting. So how do I get through the mind-numbing, tedious detail work in some of the art designs? By recitations of mantras. So in one sense, I'm intending the book itself to be like a giant talisman. There's this belief in esoteric Buddhism that routine recitations of mantras when thumbing your mala prayer beads will, by that act, bless your prayer beads and empower them to become a protective talisman. I transfer that idea to the illustrations in my book, and as I draw each line in detail, I attune myself to a higher consciousness, and I'm intending chi energy to be pressed into the ink and paper through my hand and through consecrated ink. As for my perspective on secrecy, I'm not oath-bound, so level of confidentiality is entirely up to me. Since it's entirely up to me and I'm a flawed human, my approach is inconsistent and often hypocritical. On one hand, here I am filming a page-by-page flip-through. On the other hand, if someone were to actually sit down and read it word for word, cover to cover, I would get really antsy, and I don't think I'd like that very much. Now let's see if I can cover some of my talking points for the tell part of this show and tell. So one of the reasons I wanted to share the pages of my grimoire with the public is the philosophy it expresses. When you gaze at the pages from afar, hey, I won't fake humility and pretend like I don't think this book is kind of cool. It looks super impressive and intimidating and like, oh man, there's no way I could do that. But just zoom in a little closer and you see a laughable amount of imperfections, unintentional asymmetry, wobbly lines, whiteout, probably a litter of misspellings and errors of every kind. But all of those flaws are juxtaposed side by side with beauty, grace, and diligently planned out lines. It's that harmony that creates what you see when you gaze at the book from afar. How do I get over perfectionism? by not being repulsed by the flaws. Also, the majesty of the book is not attributed to any artistic talent or originality. Nothing here is brilliant. In fact, anyone could draw these lines. You don't believe me? Zoom in close and study the designs. The majesty of the work doesn't come from talent. No, it comes from dedication, perseverance, stamina, and an enormous amount of patience. What's impressive here isn't the art. What's impressive is my patience, and that patience was cultivated from years and years of meditative drawing in my grimoire. These pages represent my spiritual cultivation in every way, not just the content and what's written in here, but the very existence of the artwork is a testament to my spiritual practice. Here's more food for thought. In every culture, the literary canon includes this particular trope of the writer or artist who creates a work of fiction, but then that work comes to life, becomes reality. Underlying that literary trope is this magical idea we have ingrained in all of us that we intuit, that words and symbols are magical and powerful. And when you combine art, intuition, and willful intent, you can recreate reality. So for me, art combined with my intuition and willful intent as I create these pages is in fact creating reality. I am, in fact, empowering these spells, these instructions, so that the spells themselves are strengthened as I write them down on paper with even more power to recreate reality. The very act of creating my grimoire is, by itself, a spell. And anyone can do it. You can do it. The recipe is so simple. It's like the secrets of the universe are hidden in plain sight. Here's all you need. Art by way of words and symbols, creativity, intuition, and willful intent. And I promise you, if you just give it a try, you are going to level up like nobody's business. In part 2 of 3 for this video series in answer to the 2017 YouTube Pagan Challenge, I'll get into the content of my book, how I actually draw each page, a behind-the-scenes look at how the pages are created, and the logistics that go into keeping up with such a thing. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the release of part 2 and 3. Thanks for watching. By the way, if you're into tarot at all, I'm offering a $15 online tarot course that I'd like to say is going to cause a paradigm shift in the way you work with tarot. I'll show you how to train yourself to enhance your own abilities to connect with energies beyond the veil. A course link is provided in the video caption box, so be sure to check it out.